All right, hey everybody. Uncle Jesse's back, and been a while since I've made a video. I got to sneeze all of a sudden, so I'm gonna pause this just for a second. All right, I'm back. So I don't really have allergies or anything in the springtime. That was just random. But here it is, spring in West Michigan, and I just thought I would give an update. I haven't made a video in a while, like I said. The last time I made a video was the 1978 RM250 C2. Will it start? It didn't. Tore that down. And it's, engine's right there. Frame is right there. And all the other bits and pieces are scattered with all the other junk I got over there. That's a project that's not coming anytime soon, at least a year from now. In the meantime, I do have the 83 PE 175 I'm working on. This dumb blaster that I'm working on for some reason. Of course, I got the 80 RM25 over there that is pretty much done, other than a few odds and ends that I'd like to clean up. Like the front wheel matching the rear wheel with the, gold on both ends. I like that on Suzuki's. But specifically this 175 here is gonna be the world's greatest 175 PE ever. And we'll get more into that some other time. It's gonna be a custom bike. Unlike the 84, which I redid, which is all stock. She's a little dirty, but anyways, there it is. I'll get the other one going, and then we'll do a little comparison. Fun little video, and then I'm just gonna unload this. Not unload it like cheap, but just sell it. I don't need two PE 175s in my life. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that I also have a 1983 RM125 around here in pieces. That'll be going about the same time as the 78 and a half RM250. I might do those together this winter. So just wanted to mention that. As far as, just come out of winter. And unfortunately, not much gets done in the winter, it seems like, other than work. Motivation just doesn't, it's hard for me to maintain motivation around here in the winter. It's a pretty dark, kind of depressing place in the winter as far as I'm concerned. So now that it's spring, and hopefully I'll get some of this stuff done, although I'm really busy with work right now, so we'll see how that goes. But let me show you what I'm working on today. All right, what is that? I'll show you what it is. I drive the old Case 446 over to the other tractor, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Oh my word, look at the bugs out all of a sudden. All right, that's gonna be awesome. So, we have a little field repair to make here on the Yanmar. It's been back here for probably 3 weeks now. I was mostly done with what I needed to do back here. And anyways, then all of a sudden the front tire locked up on it, and it was a no-go from here. So it's got drop boxes on the front axle. Let me show you on this side, you know, for added ground clearance. And on the other side, the gears in here got locked up because the bearing up here came apart, roller bearing, and the pieces from that fell down and got jammed between the bevel gears, and the front tire wouldn't spin, which made it stuck out here. So what I got, that's the parts I have on the case tractor over here. I know it says Ingersoll, but it's the same thing. And that's a newer hood on a case 446. Ignore the 226. So here's the two pieces to the drop boxes. And I got new bearings, seals, new shaft. The steering shaft had to be replaced because that bearing had been broke for a while, and it wore sealing surface and the bearing surface all down. So I got this apart last Sunday. Today is Sunday again, a week later, and we're ready to put it back together. I had to order parts. So let me get this on. I don't think it'll take me very long. Well, with it being a loader, I have to start it up here, and oh, that wind's gonna suck. I'm trying to keep this out of the wind. Anyways, what I started to say is being a loader, it's got a built-in jack. So I'll start it up, raise the front end, and this will be easy, hopefully. Yeah, it'll be easy. Yeah, look at that. Up in the air like it just doesn't care. Because I didn't grow up a farmer. I've never had to make field repairs before, so this is a first for me. It's not ideal. Working out in the dirt, in the weather. All you guys who do this for a living, hey, mad props, as they used to say. Come on. Oh yeah. The manual says to put Loctite on them. So that's what we're gonna do. Whoops, that's a lot. There you go. What sucks about these bolts, there's 8 of them, and they're hard to get at with anything but a little wrench. And there'll be no torquing them, even though they're supposed to be torqued to a certain specification, because I can't get a torque wrench back there. And it's overkill anyways. Just make them tight. All right, so that's on there. Here's what sucks about doing field repairs like this when you don't do it for a living. The other piece that goes on there, it's kind of heavy, and you have to hold it up there while you get the fumble with the bolts. So I need to get a little jack. So I need to get also the steering arm I forgot, which is in the shop, and a couple other odds and ends. So I guess I'll have to drive the old case and go get that stuff. All right, I'm back with my handy little jack. I decided to drain the nastiness that is the front differential oil. Grease. Nastiness. Look at that. It's slow going too. That matches the stuff that was in the drop box. It was nasty. So let me get that other piece over here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We love it. Let's get a little higher. So what I'm going to do now that it's close, line it up a little better. Something like that. Okay. There we go. Wasn't even that bad. Now the strange thing about this thing, this is why I'm glad I got a manual, because when I first went to take it apart, I would have never guessed this is how it came apart. Steering arm or whatever goes to the top pivot here, and then there's 4 bolts here, bolt onto here, and that's what holds this whole thing up. Ingenious, but I'm sure that's common for these type of axles, but hey, the first time working on this type of thing. So anyways, take this off, put some anti-seize on all the pivot point there, and we'll get after it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I got it all together now, but this whole steering arm here is what holds this bottom part of the drop box up. So this spins on the shaft that goes through there, and then you can see, I can't spin this now. As you can see, the axis right here, and this just holds it all up. Of course, most of the weight is pushing it up anyways, or pushing this down on that. But anyways, I think that's kind of cool. So I just got to put the tire on, fill it up with axle grease that's still slowly dripping, and then this thing's ready to go. One more thing, I want to show you something real ugly. That is a repair job someone else made on the loader part of this, and I mean, it works, I guess, but wow, look at the boogers on that one. Look at that. I think it speaks for itself. Oh yeah. one last thing. This dead deer here was in the ditch just over there. Right in there. I was in that ditch and I was fine with it. A lot of water in the ditch. It'll deteriorate quickly. I think I first saw it like in early March. So we're talking 2 months ago. And now, about a week and a half ago, it's right here. 15 feet from where it was. How do you explain that? I guess a coyote probably pulled it out. I don't know. Who else would do that? So I'm just gonna push it back into the ditch now that I got the Yanmar going again. Yeah, I'm starting to get the smell a little bit more. Woo! Walk away from it, downwind here, or upwind. So I'm gonna try and keep you guys up on, get the flowers in the background. Try and keep up on some of my projects more regularly. Unless no one wants to see it. If there's interest, then maybe I'll show some of this stuff. I don't know. But I will try. I got, of course, the big orange truck. There's always, I don't know if you can see it back there. I did some stuff to it this year, the winter. Not everything I wanted to, but I will get out of the wind here. Maybe I'll do a little quick video on that, and then we'll just see what happens. All right, we'll see you guys next time.